Hello and welcome to Infamous, the audio podcast. This is Brandon, or Mutalis on Discord.
This is CJ. I'm CJ on Discord.
And this is Aaron. I go by Treffinwood on Discord.
Welcome back for another riveting episode. Excuse me. Let's see. As always, we're going to jump right into our recent media. I just rewatched something that I thought I had watched before, and I can't remember what it was now. Damn it. Have you guys seen anything new?
I recently watched a Gundam movie on Netflix that was pretty okay.
Oh, I saw that, on my list. You liked it?
It's like old school Gundam. It's a political thriller first, and you're like, it's a pretty slow burn, but the Gundam action starts, and you're like, okay, that was worth it. It was Gundam Hathaway, and the sequel comes out in January, so that's one of the reasons I watched it. So it was pretty good. If you like it's a quick little action flick with some political undertones.
Cool.
If you like giant robots smashing giant robots, it's pretty good.
Aaron, you seen anything good?
I am currently watching Suits, so ish.
Nice.
Oh, I've seen bits of that. Okay.
I've seen most of it. I thought the show was over, and so I stopped watching it. Same thing happened to me with Blacklist. I stopped watching it because I thought the show was over, and I just removed it from it. Was the season finale was so final that I just removed it from my list, and then 2 years later, I'm like, they're still making this? I was like, fuck me. So yeah, I recently rewatched Blacklist, and the same thing. I don't remember the ending almost at all. Anyway, movies I've seen recently is Venom: The Last Dance.
Is that the third one?
That's the third one.
Okay. Sorry,
that movie was not good. Having a whole bunch of symbiotes and Null in the movie didn't save it. That's how bad that movie was.
I heard it was kind of like a CGI gore fest, is what I heard. Not like a gore, but it was just a bunch of tendrils and shit. The CGI in it was bad.
You've seen Rise of the Silver Surfer, right? Because you hate yourself.
Well, I was a child when it came out.
Right. You know the scene when the Fantastic Car shows up and it's got the Hemi in it, and how hard it takes you out of the movie? There's not product placement like that, but man, it was that jarring every time they tried to put a joke in. Because the jokes were just poorly timed and not funny. And so anytime they started getting any momentum going with anything, it was just nope, you're back out of the movie. It's oh, fuck, man. It's I just don't know who wrote it, because, you had a fine cast. The cast was good. The plot line was even good. The concept of Null and, doing stuff with the symbiotes, that was all fine. They just executed it so poorly, and the writing was so bad that it was just, you couldn't save it. It was horrible.
Yeah, I had only heard negative things about the third one, so... But I haven't watched any of them.
And yeah, it was rough. Let's see. I am rewatching Castlevania. It's been pretty good. I think I was playing a video game when I watched it. The first time I was playing Minecraft while watching it on my other monitor, because I missed a lot of little plotline stuff. And the reason I stopped watching is because I kind of lost the thread. I was I don't know who any of these people are or what's going on, so I just stopped watching it.
Oh, that actually. I think I know. I can't, because I thought there's only 3 seasons of it. Now I know there's 4, I believe. Right?
There's 4.
Yeah, I completely erased one of those seasons from my memory, turns out, because I went back and I was like, oh, I don't remember this part. The vampire politics stuff, completely forgot about that. Yeah.
And I thought that season 2 is in season 1. I didn't realize that season 1 ends just randomly in the middle of the adventure.
Yeah.
And then they pick it up in season 2. And so that was interesting. I think I'm most of the way through season 3 right now, which is a little further than I made it last time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I watched the Halo show.
Oh no.
So Jim, Parker's a very good friend. I don't know if you know this. He's a huge Halo fan. He's read all the books, plays the games constantly to this day. I'll see him on Discord. He's playing Master Chief Edition every other day. He plays Halo 3 times a week. He loves Halo.
He's in it.
And so immediately upon me watching the show, I went, man, I bet he fucking hates this show. So I brought it up at the game store, and we had a long conversation about it. Which basically comes down to, can you enjoy something that is like a bastardization of what you love? And it's like, can you separate that the show has nothing to do with the content that's been made so far? It's a separate entity that just has elements of that in it. Right? Because like if they called the show, Space Force, like fighting the aliens, like you would have been kind of funny. It's like, oh, this is a lot like Halo. Like, and you would just been okay with it probably. But instead, it's called Halo, and it's very weird.
Yeah, it's the best I'd call is a loose adaptation, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think anyone could, because like they even like major plot points are either missing or changed, right?
Yeah, again, this is like with the Lord of the Rings show. It's like there's a lot of chronological sacrifices they make to make the show watchable. Because if you just make it take place over 30 years, it'd be fucking stupid, right? Like, yeah, like all the characters would change constantly. You jump around, nobody knows what's going on. So you have to condense the timeline to a serious factor, which is part of it. And then they also just make a lot of changes that don't make sense. Like, apparently one of the main characters is Keyes, like he's like a general type admiral character. But he's like the leader of a starship, not like a foot soldier commander, and they make him that in the show so that, the main character, Master Chief, can spend more time with him because all the shit happens on planets. Wait. And it'd be weird to have what is supposed to be an influential character not be there when stuff happens.
Admiral Keyes?
Yeah, whoever Keyes is, the black guy.
I mean,
I don't know any of the lore, so I don't.
Keyes dies in the first game. He's like the first casualty.
Okay.
So if there's like backstory to him before that, I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, apparently he's a big deal in. There's a game called Reach, and he's a big deal in
that. Perhaps it's been many moons since I've played a Halo.
Yeah.
So
and again, I'm butchering this because I don't know lore. I know the show because I watched it, but I don't know anything else.
What's your take then? You said it pretty okay, or
the show was enjoyable. I'd probably give it a B-, having not known what they've destroyed, like the lore behind.
Yeah, you didn't lose anything.
Right. The special effects were fine. The plot was a little slow and kind of ambiguous and weird, but it wasn't like actively a deterrent. Obviously, there's some massive like plotline stuff that's gone, not to mention like the main character, Master Chief, is represented very different than he obviously is in the games. And it feels very Hollywood like eyes, like they got their hands in it and they made a lot of changes. But Jim told me that the Halo team had creative control of the show. I don't know how that makes any sense because like everyone's complaining that's so not true to the material. Anyway.
Yeah,
it's a weird show.
Yeah, that's. I had a similar problem with the Witcher TV show when that was. Well, I guess it's still coming out. I should say, still is. The new season just dropped. I think that was the same kind of thing where they made a lot of creative design changes to just be like, "This is my spin on the Witcher," and it's like people don't really want to see your spin on the Witcher. They just want an adaptation of the Witcher.
And that's the part, like, I don't understand. Like, it just seems like there's a big ego trip somewhere. Like, somebody's like, I want my ideas to get into the show. It's like, well, but your ideas aren't the show. But they have creative control or leverage or something, and so their stuff happens. But, like, you can't go to war with the face of your franchise and, like, expect people to like it. And so I imagine a lot of people are review bombing that haven't even watched it yet.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've looked at the reviews. They're not good.
Yeah, that's the same thing
I support them, though.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That was the same thing that happened to Rings of Power, I believe, too. People were like, they changed. Technically, the War of Silmarils took place 40,000 years ago compared to 30.
Yeah, and so, like, that stuff I don't give a shit about at all. Because, like, I would much rather the Rings of Power TV show exist than not exist, right?
Yeah.
And so I can split that apart. It's like, I know this isn't the way it is in the books, but I get to see more Lord of the Rings on screen. I'm happy about that. It's not so bad that it detracts from the original content. One of the, I think, good examples historically is Starship Troopers. Like, the books are not what is in the movie. The movie was originally going to be called Bug Hunt. Like, it was a totally separate thing that's both sci-fi oriented. And then they were like, hey, Starship Troopers is kind of like this, and it has name recognition. And then they just boom, put it on there. But Starship Troopers is awesome, even if it's not what the books were. So a lot of people love Starship Troopers, and most of them only think of that as the content. And so, like, it's possible that you could be different and good. And so I think a lot of people just don't separate that.
Yeah, I think the real trick is just to make a good product and not make your product. I think a lot of people do they may have their own take on it, so they can be like, yeah, this is how I can show my creativity for future projects.
Right.
And I assume that's what happens a lot, because I see a lot of it where it's like, I mean, this is going to sound stupid and kind of pedantic, but I don't really care. Like, what the most news I see when it comes to media stuff is whenever a character gets race changed for whatever reason, and people always
it's always
50 articles. It's like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Just watch the show, and if it's a good show, that's the merit of the show. If it's a bad show, then you can be like, yeah, it was a bad show, sorry.
Yeah, I get that. A lot of people, I think, are upset about Rings of Power because they make a lot of people like half elves, or like there's like human elf like pairings in the show, and that's like incredibly rare, and it's like a documented number of times it's happened supposedly in the books, and people are losing their minds about that. I don't give a fuck who is in a relationship with whoever. I don't give a fuck about any of that. Like, that doesn't, like, my canon universe is not like pure as the driven snow. It's okay if we have a little mixing. Like, it's
no
fine.
one can mix with my elves.
Exactly. I just don't understand how that's why you're pissed at the show. Like, how about you're pissed at the way the actor portrayed the character and not like what race he is? Like,
yeah, that's the thing too. It's just like, who the fuck cares? Like, it's first up, it's just brave to even attempt to adapt that shit. I've tried reading the Silmarillion, and it is a fucking drag. It's like nerd homework. It's awesome. Boring. So fucking boring.
Yeah. People act like it's Dragon Ball Evolution. It's like, it's not that bad.
No.
Like, give it a chance. Give it a fucking chance. It's not that bad.
Yeah, no, there's clearly a separation of, like, you know, there's artistry in it, and they do it. I think there's a lot of really cool things about Rings of Power. I like the dwarf portrayal particularly. I think the lead dwarf guy kills it. And then there's parts where I'm just like, the orcs. Yeah. I get you don't want to just have like generic. Because this has been like a fantasy thing going on for a while now. People have been like, not every race is pure evil. There's, you know, good in every race. That's been a really big driving factor I've seen in a lot of like TT or tabletop RPGs and stuff people have been working on. And I get that. Like, I can see why you'd want to do that for real world implications. But once again, I think there's a clear break in like fantasy and real world. In your fantasy world, you could have an evil race made by an evil person.
My D&D game, the mayor of the town that the group started in is a mind flayer, and when they found that out, they were not very happy. I was like, he's a good guy. He runs a nice town. And they're like, no, like, we have to kill him. They immediately start plotting to kill this guy. This dude is like an advanced mind flayer. You're level 3. You should probably chill the fuck out.
First up, he'll know that you're trying to kill him.
Exactly. Like, they literally read minds. Like, chill the fuck out.
Second up, I'm pretty sure that's beyond your ken at the moment.
So other recent events. Aaron, did you want to chat at all about Warfare, or did you guys already talk about that in your podcast?
We went over it in the Judgment podcast. It'll come out around the same time this does. If you have any questions, I can answer them. But
did you have fun?
Yeah, fun was had.
Nice.
What'd you guys end up? Did you just play in Judgment, or did you do some other stuff?
We did Judgment during the con, and then we went back to the house and we played some board games and Flesh and Blood in the evenings.
Cool.
So
I would like to press the nuclear button now. How was the MCP event?
It was. No one complained about it while they were there. How about that?
Nice.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
They all decided not to go.
I'm pretty sure they weren't invited.
Yeah, that counts.
Okay. Yeah, there's a reason they didn't go, because they weren't invited.
And I assume people know. Is it just because it was Tim that was running it, and he just decided not to run it this year? No one.
Tim was the previous person that ran everything. I assume somebody else could have ran stuff, but they just didn't. Like, they didn't decide to.
They asked the Judgment TO to run MCP as well, and he was like, "I can set stuff up, but I have no idea. Like, I can click go on Longshanks, but I can't answer questions, right? I can't judge it."
That's a fair response.
Yeah, and they were like, "Well, then never mind that." So, I do not know the specifics behind exactly what was asked and why an event was not held. But
obviously, they could have reached out to many people to ask, and they didn't know for whatever reason.
Weird. Because it's not like he was just like unexpectedly like, I'm not running MCP this year. I assume he was just like, hey, bye-bye, I'm not doing this next year.
Yeah, he told them last year was going to be his last year doing it. He just doesn't have the free time to do it at all.
Yeah.
I would imagine it was a correlation of like the previous participation levels had just been constantly going down, and so I think last year they only had like 16 people or something. Oof. So I just don't know if that's worth them organizing them getting fully painted terrain and mats and stuff available for the event, like, because I think a lot of the time they've been borrowing that stuff from Adepticon, and that's obviously a logistical thing, not to mention they have to be willing to lend it again. So
very true. One of these times I'll get around to actually going to Warfare. I think the unfortunate of my work schedule is it usually winds up being a weekend I have to work, so I'd like to go. It sounds like it's a blast.
It's a pretty chill little con. Of the small cons that are like, fairly cheap to go to and like pretty laid back because they're not too big, I think it's been one of my favorites for a while, because originally it was War Machine weekend, and it was bigger back then when it was, had a flagship game underneath it. But obviously after that transitioned, it faded a little bit, but then a lot of people tried hard to keep it going. So
yeah, what's the big game there then? Is it, I assume, Warhammer, I guess.
It's still technically War Machine. It's just War Machine is just not what it was. It has been springing back pretty well, to my understanding. It's just it's still not quite where it was.
I've seen a little bit more online about it than I used to, so.
Yeah, Steamforge taking over definitely gave it a big jolt.
Yeah, because it was Privateer Press before that, right?
Yeah. And honestly, I thought for sure the game was going to go away. With how dramatically the numbers just kept going down and down and down, and so it's good to see them. They're trying to get it going again.
That's neat. I've got faith that most things can be revived. For Heroescape came back from the brink.
Sure.
So
I feel like at this point it's almost like movie remakes now, where it's like, let's reboot this. I'm like, I don't know if we need to reboot that.
That's besides like the old world, I guess, technically rebooting. I don't know if there's anything like. Besides that, I can tell off the top of my head, someone's like, we're doing it again, it's coming back. Pay $50 in our Kickstarter to see if we might be able to make it. So, I don't know. Oh.
Are you ready to get your shit pushed in tomorrow, CJ?
Potentially.
Oh.
I haven't added anything new to the army, I've just been painting stuff up, so.
Oh, good. I've been building and painting all my anti-Tomb King stuff. So.
Good. Flaming weapons is the trick.
Oh, okay, that's it. Everything is flaming.
Yeah.
Flaming and has infinite range.
Oh, good. Good. I'll just switch it up and bring my Wood Elves then.
I think that'd still be pretty good against Wood Elves.
Yeah, probably. Turns out most things are.
Why do you have everything that burns?
I didn't think about that. You just
play all the armies that burn.
Well, when I looked at it and I saw that my 6-point Skeleton Warriors had better armor saves than my 13-point Wood Elf Warriors, I made a calculation, I think.
Oh, then you're how many points is Wild Rider? Those are like 54 points, aren't they?
Per person, 24, I think.
No, they have to be more than that.
No, they're like 24. I can look it up real quick.
Really? I'm checking. That's crazy cheap for what they do.
No armor save. I have to buy shields for them.
Choice. Oh, they're not even rare choices? They're specials?
Special.
Wild Riders. Man, yeah.
How close was that?
28 points a model with shields. That's really good.
Yeah, until you... So typically, the only reason you've been like, oh, those are scary is because you don't have shooting. If you could shoot at them, they'd be dead.
Mm-hmm. Sure. That's fair.
I think the list archetype I'm going to switch over to, though, will be a wood-focused list. I'll have a lot of tree people in this new iteration I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
First, because I can find them on eBay for pretty cheap. Not a lot of people playing Sylvaneth these days, so...
That helps.
Oh, perfect.
Aaron, have you decided how hard you're getting into Old World yet?
Oh.
I just talked to Kenny about it. Hold on 1 second.
Don't listen to that guy. He's a liar.
A scoundrel.
I would like to talk about Kenny and his terribleness in a second. If
yeah, we can totally do that.
Yeah, so I just got done talking to Kenny about where I'm at, and I might bring some models up and keep them in a locker. Until I get stuff rebased, I'm not interested in transporting it in foam on models that aren't glued to their horses, et cetera, et cetera.
Understandable.
And I really want to do the whole basing first. So I am I'm leaning towards going with the rebasing project, which means I'll take on painting everything I have as a hobby project. And then how much I play is not particularly relevant to me. Sure. Like if I play a lot and I'm having a bunch of fun, then great. And if I don't play a lot, I still have this hobby project with a painted army at the end of it. So
nice.
Yeah. I was painting just before we started.
Oh.
Although I'm not painting my old world yet. I'm painting models for D&D. So you guys can see these. Don't tell anybody. Don't.
What the? Oh, is it a
fun one? Don't say it. Well, actually, this won't be out until after. But yeah, this is They're fighting a horribly corrupted and mutated chimera that's basically a tentacle monster at this point.
Okay, that makes sense why I couldn't decipher it.
Yeah, it's very odd looking. It looks like a Tzeentch Chaos spawn,
yeah, kind of purple flamery.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
and the other one is just this big black ooze with a big eyeball.
Nice.
So it just looks like venom.
That's the kind of shit I like.
Yeah.
I think because we just play on TTS or Roll20 because my players live nowhere close to me.
Yeah.
I've got them going through Forge of Fury, but with a cult of pain cultists, I guess. They're really into self-mutilation and stuff. So they ran into a room recently, and all the guys were like, "We're not fighters, we're just supplicants." And they're like, "Cool, you guys can go." And they're like, "We won't go. You'll have to kill us first." And they're like, "Why?" They're like, "We're pain guys. We like if you can kill us in the most painful way possible, that'd be great." And all the players are like, "No."
I'd be murdering all those people.
Yeah, that's what eventually happened. They're like, "We could just walk up and kill them." I was like, "Yeah, for free. No combat or anything." And they're like, "Okay." And then they'd stab, and they're like, "Thank you." And the players are like, "Can we stop playing this game now?" I'm like, "No, we're just at the front of the dungeon. It gets much worse towards the back end."
Yeah. I was hoping to get my next installment of Graveguard done because I'm working on the guys with great weapons now. But due to D&D being this week, I probably won't have time to get those done.
I've almost got the dragon done. I finished 2 of the characters. Finished 3 characters. Got 1 left, and then I've got a horde of skeletons to paint. And skeletons don't take very long, so.
Yeah.
But I fucked up. I didn't base the skeletons before I primed them, so I got to figure out what I'm doing with that.
I always get so mad at myself when I do shit like that. Like Aaron's in that spot right now where he's like, I've got all these models to work on, and depending on the way I choose to do this will change the order I do everything. So I need to decide what the texture is going to be and how I'm going to paint it before I do anything else.
Yeah, that's why
nothing's more fun than going in and cutting in around feet when you're trying to dry brush texture. And you're like, I could have just done this with guys not on the bases. It would have been so
it'd have been so faster. I could have done 20 skeleton bases real quick, then glued the fucking skeletons to them. But no, CJ, you wanted to play first.
Yeah. So, for the guy I'm working on right now, I was like, man, I really wish I didn't, airbrush this base, all the white and everything, so then now I have to just paint it black. I'm just going to rip him off the base and print another base. Fuck that. I'll save myself at least 5 minutes.
Yeah. 2 coats of black.
Yeah, fuck that.
Oh. Well, what army are you planning on rebasing, Aaron? I assume orcs?
You are correct. And the goblins. Don't forget the goblins.
Oh, yeah, orcs and goblins. Very nice.
Yep, it is the only fantasy army I own anymore.
That makes sense. Yeah, because you just offloaded your Jeff High Elves. Did I hear about that correctly?
Sold the High Elves to Kenny, and I sold all my Skaven on eBay, or I'm in the process of doing so.
Oh, nice.
So I actually have 1 Vampire Lord I need to sell to Brandon.
Oh,
interesting. If it's not Blood Dragon, I don't want it.
No, he's on
one true vampire.
The
one true vampire. Yeah. Well, no, a Blood Dragon is a bloodline of the vampire court. They're the fighty people. They're basically the corn of vampires. I'm pretty sure Kenny's going to quit Old World in 2 weeks.
I'll give him
it.
Well, it's just he approaches it from the like mindset of, I assume, like the way you would approach a skirmish game from, which is fine. But like I'm like, hey, you probably shouldn't do this. He's like, I need to learn. I'm like, that's not how you learn, Kenny. That's how you lose models. Like in this game, like if you put a unit in a situation where they're going to lose, they lose hard and fast. And so he charged his elite cavalry into my great weapon Graveguard.
Butchered.
With like flankers on both sides. Like, so even if he had not broke on the first round, he's getting double flanked. I'm like, this is auto loss. Like, there is no win here. And he's like, I just want to see. I'm like, that's not okay, fine. It's like I want to see what happens when I shoot my baby in the face. You're like, I don't know that you do want to find out. And so he charged it. They all died. Like, I think one of them got to run away, and he ran through his own unit, causing panic. I'm like, great. Like, I don't know what the fuck we did this for. He's like, man, this game is so hard. I'm like, no, it's really not. Can you stop doing shit I tell you not to do? It's very funny. And so I feel like he's having a terrible experience, and I feel bad, but like it's really his fault.
Yeah, they weren't even
because.
What's Elven Helvey Cavalry? Is it just the Silver Helms or was it the Dragon Princes?
It was Dragon Princes.
Oh.
Yeah.
He just let them just charge straight in, huh?
He charged 10 Dragon Princes into a unit of 21 Graveguard.
With great
killed
weapons.
Like 2 or 3 Graveguard and then lost 9 Dragon Princes and they ran away.
How many buffs you have on the Graveguard? I assume all 3 of the good ones.
They were weapon skill 9 at the time. So he was... It's like, I don't know what you want from me, man. Like, this is not my fault.
But, Brandon, they're skeletons. They can't be that tough.
They're whites. They're elite skeletons. As my D&D party will tell you, whites are not skeletons. Like,
whites don't fuck around, dude.
I sent a group of whites at them. They're like, oh, they're just skeletons. And then one of them punched them. They're like, they're not skeletons. Guys, they're not skeletons.
I think it happened one time. They were fighting some, and there was like a commander, and I think his ability was to drain Constitution. Boy, that's a fun ability. Yeah, you take 2 points of Constitution damage.
Not fun.
What damage?
Huh?
I've only got 10 of those. Yeah, you should get out of melee range. How do I get those back? You don't.
The one time I suicided my Vampire Lord on a dragon into his Swordmasters with like 3 characters in the unit that all had the fucking order that gives them the big sword. I was like, this should be good for him, right? Like, he wounds me on 5s, but he's got so many attacks. And so he did 0 wounds when I charged. I was like, oh, fuck me. Like everything went so bad. And then the dragon killed, he gets 6 stomps and only failed 1 to hit with his regular attacks. So he just, killed 10 of them. I'm like, oh my god. Like, brutal. Only against Kenny does this happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty brutal.
Yeah, there's a couple of times where I've been like, I want to see if this works out for me at the end, but I don't think there's been any time where you've been like, don't do that. And I was like, are you sure? But I have been having a blast with it. I think it's a pretty neat game. I never had a chance to play Fantasy Battle when it was alive. So
it I think is a rank and file is kind of a unique experience because it blends the complexity of small unit movement with how positioning is really important with the concept of lots of models, which is the only game that does that I've seen.
Yeah.
Because obviously your huge number of models are in units, and so they're compacted into single elements, which is really interesting and elegant. I like the way that works. It lets you put 200 models on the table and still move your stuff very quickly. But also, the positioning, the precision of positioning is really... It's, as close to War Machine of games that you see nowadays, I think. Because, Judgment's obviously hex-based. The placement's important, but there's not that, finite granular changes. If I decide to move my model a quarter inch to the left, it doesn't really matter, right? You're either a whole hex or you're not. And so a lot of games nowadays are that way. MCP similarly is, it's really range bands of 6 inches for the most part. It's are you contesting the point? No. Well, then out to range 3 is basically the same distance.
Yeah, that's one thing I need to definitely get better at is understanding movement, which I think might be the most complicated aspect of the game by far. That's what I've gotten a hold of. Because there's so much, basic movement, easy peasy, scoot the guy up. wheelchair and stuff. But then there's so much more to like, okay, well, if I back a quarter turn this way when you charge into me, I can actually get a flank off on you with it. The action tree for movement is insane. There's so many branches to look at and to consider.
It's like chess. If you make a mistake, you make a blunder, it will have profound cataclysmic negative effects throughout the entire game. It's like, well, it's not just that you hung your knight and lost it. It's that losing your knight on this side meant that now you are at a disadvantage and you've lost tempo. And so then you spend the next 10 turns trying to get your tempo back while also trying to protect your pieces with less material than you need. And so it just compounds the mistakes, which makes it really hard to learn at a high level, I think.
Yeah, because I mean, a skilled player has that, and that I think that's what determines, like at a high skill level, probably what determines games is controlling movement, and that's what can take. I mean, there's army aspects to everything, but like at the same time, I think once you get a grasp over how to like bait a charge from your opponent and then countercharge effectively, and how to place those units correctly, I think that's probably what unlocks like competitive play for somebody starting out with the game. Because like there's not like units are not that different from one another. Like the between like a heavy infantry block and like archers and like cavalry, they all relatively kind of operate the same as you think they would.
Yeah. I think the thing I like the most about the game is that like the unit subtypes and like themes almost are very easy to follow, like the concept design for. So like if you unit of high elf archers, you have a unit of dark elf archers, you have a unit of wood elf archers, you have a unit of like human archers. Like they're fucking archers. Like the race will tell you what their base stat line is, and then the army will tell you what equipment they have, and then beyond that, it's a fucking unit of archers. Like you don't really care. And so like, oh, you've got a unit of spearmen within reason based on the army you're playing and the race. I can probably tell you everything about that unit I need to know. And it's not like, oh, this unit has 9 special rules that all interact with everything really strange. It's like, I don't need all that. Like, I want more straight line stuff at this point.
Yeah, and I
don't need every guy to have 5 special rules.
And off the top of my head, I don't know a lot of, like, unless you're getting into, like, niche special picks, there's not a lot of stuff that has that many special rules. Typically, it's just like, this is what the unit does. They're immune to fire, and this is, one special rule they have. There's some shit in the Tomb Kings list that does a couple of things where I'm just like, what the fuck does this even do? Why? Like the Casket of Souls is kind of complex, I think. But once you understand it's just a catapult for magic missile, then you're set. Yeah.
Dude, that thing used to be so crazy. You don't know how Tomb Kings used to work at all?
No.
So back in the day, the way bound spells worked is the power level of the bound spell determined how many d6s you rolled to cast it.
Oh.
They had no minimum casting value.
Oh no!
And your each army would get a number of power dice and dispel dice based on the number of wizards they had. So you got 2 dice for free, and then you got an extra die per wizard level in your army.
Okay.
And so if you had a level 4 wizard, he got 4 dice. But you couldn't mix the dice from different casters. They're all separate. So you have a level 4 caster, there's the 2 base dice you get that anyone can use. But if he's trying to cast Fireball, he has to choose a number of his dice to roll. And then you're trying to get like your difficulty 8 or whatever. And then your opponent's doing the same thing, is they're just rolling a number of dispel dice. So when you would go to a bound spell, it was you just rolled the number of dice equal to the power level, and they just went off at that level. And so you're like, it's a power level 1 bound spell. You're like, you roll 1d6. You're like, it's a 2. And so like Two King stuff was so weird because they just cast like 12 power level 2 spells and just bleed you out of dice. They also had to cast their stuff in a specific order, so the Casket of Souls always went last.
Interesting.
It was always the last thing to cast. But when it went off, it's opening the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
Every unit that can draw line of sight to it just like takes wounds. You're like, what the fuck? And so it's a board-wide attack.
God.
It was fucking crazy. And so everyone's like, I'm saving literally every dispel dice I have for that piece of shit. Like, it's never going to go off.
Give a fuck what else you do. You're never opening that box.
Exactly. So you would just like get to cast a bunch of other free spells because you had a casket. It was really funny.
Yeah.
But then your casket would almost never do anything. All right, let's jump into Mojo World for this week. This week in Mojo World, we are doing movies from 1992. Just kidding. Let's do 93.
No.
No. Okay. I should have done this earlier. I didn't get Aaron in here. All right, Aaron, you are going to be first this week.
Oh, y'all going down.
Oh, no.
We shall see.
There is only one answer.
I think he's right, actually.
My
We'll see.
cousin Vinny.
That was not what I was going to say, but
Okay,
it was
that's not a
directly
bad
above
one.
it on my list.
I did not have
What'd you
that
say,
on my
CJ?
list.
Holy shit.
My cousin Vinny wasn't even on your list.
From
God
92?
almighty.
Do you hate movies?
No, I've got I got some good ones.
There are a lot of good movies in 92. Apparently it was a banner year for movies, but
Pretty good.
the fact that it's not even on
I'd
your
say
list is flabbergasting.
I've picked some
Yeah, that's
genre-defining
concerning.
movies on my list from 92.
Sure.
So.
All right, why don't you enlighten us with one of them?
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
That was on my list.
It should have been. Because it's really good.
My list is 17 long.
Oof, that's a lot.
6, 8, 10, 12, I think.
All right, so I got back-to-back picks here. You guys did get some good ones off the list, but I'm gonna finish strong with the end of the first round. I'm gonna go with Army of Darkness.
Oh, damn you. I knew someone was
I
going to
know.
have to pick it.
Now I'm gonna go even stronger into round 2 and leave basically nothing but weak-ass shit for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Reservoir Dogs.
Damn it, Brandon. You had my 2 and 3.
I know. That's why going last on this list I think is really good.
Yeah, that was really
Sometimes
strong.
you want to go first.
Weird.
That,
Who picked
when you're like,
order?
all right, we're doing Arnold Schwarzenegger. I want to go first. You're like, Terminator 2, fuck everybody else. Like, God
Yeah,
damn it.
I'll go last in the round.
CJ, you are up.
Okay. Now I got some harder shit to pick. I'm gonna go with, like I said, genre-defining movies. I want to say Muppet Christmas Carol. What? What, Aaron? You're not a fan of the Muppets?
No.
Weak.
Hates fun.
All right, Aaron, you're up. You get back-to-backs.
Yeah. So you guys are gifting me the first two, and then I'm going to throw it with the third one. But number 2 is Aladdin.
Ugh. That was on the list.
Yeah, you're going to go genre defining with Muppets over Aladdin? What the
It's not
everlong
animated.
hell?
What?
It is Aladdin. I thought Aladdin was 94. I messed it up. That's fine.
And for my throwaway pick, yet what is actually my most favorite movie of everything left is The Cutting Edge. And you've probably never seen that.
I have not.
Toe pick. You'll understand that if you watch the movie. And you should watch the movie. It is...
Oh, I've seen that when I was a child.
Sure.
Yeah, I remember because the guy keeps falling. Toe pick. Yeah, that's right.
Yep. It is not a great movie, but it is a good drama / rom-com that is way better than it should be.
I'm pretty sure it paved the way for Blades of Glory.
Probably. So there
Blades of
are
Glory is
so
a
many
parody
good
movie.
movies I left on the list, but
Okay.
that's my pick.
Damn, this is tough then. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Encinoman.
Yeah! I knew you were going to do it.
Oh my god, CJ.
That was the last one, right? That was when you're like, oh, that's this year?
Yeah,
that
Me?
that was
I
exactly what
knew
it was.
The way you reacted was like,
Ugh.
Encinoman. I knew it. That's great.
If I lose to CJ, I'm not coming on this cast.
I think the loser.
Yeah, I don't know if
you
you
lose,
take
you have to
back-to-back
watch.
losses to CJ.
Even
Yeah,
with
that's
my
terrible.
throwaway Cutting Edge, okay.
Don't worry, he's not going to win because I'm going to close this out with a fucking banger.
I didn't say he was going to win. I just said it's between me and CJ at this
Yeah.
point.
I'm going to go with Batman Returns.
Oh my god.
That was 92. No,
It
get the
was.
fuck out of here. That didn't pop up on any list.
I'm pretty sure.
No, it totally
it's
is.
so
Yeah, you're right.
bad.
Ah,
Dude, Tim Burton classic.
I missed that. I
fucking
can't
gold
believe
star.
that.
Gold
Oh,
star.
we're gonna get so fucking
Final
roasted 'cause
pick,
you
Batman
guys are
Returns.
idiots.
Wow.
Okay,
Fuck Google, man. I need to just go to Wikipedia and just read the list.
okay, hold on. Can you put a fourth one on that is just my my honorable mentions, and it'll do better than both of you pieces of shit.
Nope.
Uh,
There's still at least 3 good movies here, and then my meme pick, which if you've seen it is hilarious.
there are probably 10 good movies here. Let's start.
I've got
A
3.
League of
I've
Their
got
Own.
one.
Hell yeah. A Few Good Men.
Oh, that was 92?
Sister Act. Unforgiven. Sneakers. Patriot Games.
Sneakers.
Under Siege. Lethal Weapon 3. And if you grew up in the South, Pure Country. Alien 3 wasn't bad.
I guess we'll just let Aaron do all the
Neither was Passenger 57. And I have a soft spot for White Man Can't Jump.
Oh, that's a good one. I had Under Siege and Patriot Games.
12 movies are the honorable mentions. Yes, I did them all.
Sneakers and Lethal Weapon 3 I had as well. I also had Trespass. I don't know if you guys have seen Trespass. It's a weird movie. So there's like this guy who... There's basically buried treasure in like East St. Louis. But anyway, it's weird. Basically, this guy robbed a bank and hid all the money in this old abandoned warehouse because he was getting chased by the cops. And so this one guy who is a prison guard knows where the money is. So he hires his buddy. They go into gangland to try and get it back. And then they obviously get, they run into some people doing some stuff. And then they basically barricade themselves inside the building with all the money in it. And then they take one of the guys hostage. And it's just this 10-hour standoff of the gang trying to get their guy back and also kill the people. And they're trying to negotiate their way out. It's pretty weird.
Oh, okay.
And then the final one that is the B-est movie of B movies is Into the Sun. It's a movie about fighter pilots. And there's this... The two main characters, one's a fighter pilot, the other one is a movie star who's researching his role as a fighter pilot.
Oh, God.
And they end up getting into a combat situation. Yeah. And the guy's bouncing lines always like, all right, what do you think about this? This is what I'm supposed to say as my plane's going down over the Pacific. He's like, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I will, blah, blah, keep my spirit flying into the sun, and then his plane crashes. And he's like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He's like, why? What would you say? He's like, shit. And he's like, okay, and he just pencils it into the script. He's like, I'm going to tell the director. I'll let him know. He's like, you're going to pencil in shit. Okay. Got it. That movie's hysterical.
For you guys have mentioned most of mine already. There's 3 I got left that no one's talked about. One is a Guillermo del Toro film called Kronos. It's really good. It's a weird vampire flick that's kind of based on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure a little bit, which is weird. Last of the Mohicans, and then Candyman.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Cool. I think this is a good list.
Yeah, I was very surprised. If Google was better as a search engine instead of feeding me crap, I would have had Batman Returns as my first pick.
Hey, do your own research.
My greatest research tool is also my greatest enemy.
I just love CJ just throwing his hands up like, what am I supposed to do? Google failed me. I also use Google.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. It's probably because I like looking up bad C movies, and so Google gives me a list of those instead. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about.
You gotta dig deep.
Whatever.
As soon as you pull it up, I scroll to the bottom and I start just clicking to the right. Go. There's something down here nobody's gonna get.
Yeah, I don't want to what do you think the top Google is telling me the top pick for 1992 is? The very first option.
Oh wait, I know this. Gremlins 4.
No. Damn it. War, Phallus in Wonderland.
Hell yeah.
Not even a full length movie. That
sounds like some porno shit if I've ever heard it.
It definitely sounds like it.
Push to the Limit is up there. Never heard of it. Final Analysis, a Richard Gere film. I don't know. Winter Beast, not rated.
Yeah.
On Tubi.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, so just give me some bad ones.
All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap it up unless we have anything else for today. And thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hopefully you had a good time. This has been Brandon.
And CJ.
And Aaron.
And you've just listened to 1992.
So what are we going to call this thing?
I got it. Okay.
Incredible, new, fantastic, astonishing, mighty, original, uncanny, sensational podcast.
I'm just going to put down infamous.